A top story tonight at 11, new legislation strengthening gun laws went into effect across the state just last week, and it requires background checks to obtain firearm permits and ammunition. 2 News Side's Andy Payton joins us now in the studio with more on the effects local businesses are starting to see. Andy?
That's right, Scott. Western New Yorkers may have seen this social media post gaining some traction over the weekend, showing the Cabela's in Cheektowaga had roped off its ammunition department with yellow tape, which raised some questions about the future of ammunition sales in the state now that the new legislation is in effect. I went over to the store this afternoon to find out why this was the case, and while the yellow tape is now gone and ammunition sales have returned, the store's management declined to comment on why the ammunition section was roped off in the first place. A sales associate told me there was confusion over the new background checks and the recent changes that went into effect last week. Now these changes are officially in effect. Customers are frustrated and still confused by all the hoops they have to jump through.
Realistically, you can travel to a different state and pick up ammunition. You don't need a license or anything to, so criminals aren't stupid. As much as we portray them to be, they know how to get around the system. This just shortens people who, legally have it for their protection. It doesn't help anything.
Now, while customers may feel this way, Governor Hochul disagrees. She says having the state require background checks for ammunition sales instead of a federal database can actually decrease firearm homicides by 22%. Retailers now have work to do. They have only a month left to adjust to these new policies as hunters in Western New York prepare to head out in just a couple of weeks. In the studio tonight, Andy Payton, Channel 2 News.